This is the host with this channel, and today's question is, can I get a Mateusz Kawecki update? Now, just in case you don't know who that is, let me catch you up. In 2009, Mateusz was a 23-year-old computer programmer who lived in Krakow, Poland. On May, he left his home to go to work at around 7 a.m. He was never seen alive again. Surveillance footage showed him walking along a busy street, crossing an intersection, and then he was gone. There were no signs of a struggle. So his disappearance was a mystery. The police called it suspicious, since he had no history of going missing, and he didn't have any enemies that they knew of. His cell phone and wallet were found on a bench near where he was last seen. It seemed like he had been waiting for something or someone. But what? Now, there are two things that stand out about this case. The first is that Mateusz was very private. He didn't share much about himself with others. He was also not on social media. This made it hard for the police to find any information about him. But it also means that we don't have much information about him now. The second thing that stands out about this case is that there have been a lot of strange details that have come up over the years. Some people have said that Mateusz was involved in some kind of secret organization. Others have said that he was involved in some kind of illegal activity. There have also been a lot of conspiracy theories about this case. Some people have said that Mateusz was kidnapped by aliens. Others have said that he was the victim of a government conspiracy. Now, here's what we know. We know that Mateusz was last seen wearing a hoodie and jeans. We know that he was carrying a backpack. We know that he had $640 in his bank account when he disappeared. We know that his car was parked in a nearby parking garage. We know that his keys were found in the parking garage, and we know that his cell phone and wallet were found on a bench near where he was last seen. So let's take a look at a few theories. Theory No. 1. Foul play. Now, obviously, foul play cannot be ruled out. In fact, it is most likely that something happened to I think that it is unlikely that he ran away because he left behind all of his identification and his keys. It would be very easy for him to leave town without those things. So if he did run away, it would probably be obvious that he was trying to start a new life somewhere else. Plus, his family and friends have done an excellent job of keeping his memory alive. They have organized searches, and they have kept the media interested in the case. If Mateusz wanted to be found, he would not have resisted such a huge amount of effort. So it's possible that foul play was involved. However, there is one piece of evidence that does not fit with this theory: his empty bank account. If somebody took Mateusz's money, then it seems likely that they would have used it. But so far, there has been no trace of it. Theory No. 2. Stranger danger. Another possibility is that Mateusz was the victim of a random crime. Maybe somebody attacked him and then threw his stuff on the bench. Maybe somebody killed him and then stole his stuff. Maybe somebody blackmailed him and then threw his stuff on the bench. Whatever the case may be, this theory also doesn't quite fit because of his empty bank account. It would seem likely that a thief would use the money that they stole. Theory No. 3. Foul play by someone close to Mateusz. Now, this is a dark one. What if somebody that Mateusz knew had something to do with his disappearance? Maybe somebody set him up. Maybe somebody lured him to his death. Maybe somebody convinced him to meet them, and then something went wrong. Theory number 4. Foul play by a stranger and a secret organization. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. What if there is some kind of secret organization that does not want people knowing about it? Maybe they recruited Mateusz and then something went wrong. Maybe he wanted to leave and they wouldn't let him. Maybe they silenced him because he knew too much. Theory No. 5. Voluntary disappearance. Now, I'm not saying that Mateusz faked his own disappearance. That would be crazy. but it's worth considering. What if he disappeared voluntarily? What if he had planned this all along? Maybe he was unhappy with his life, and he decided to make a change. Maybe he had some kind of mental breakdown. Maybe he was tired of being alone, and he decided to disappear so that somebody would look for him. You know, I'm sure that he's missed his family and his friends. But maybe he was hoping that somebody would come looking for him, and that somebody would care. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about the evidence. As I said before, the police have been unable to find anything. Sure, there have been a lot of strange details that have come up over the years, but nothing concrete. Now, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that doesn't mean that nothing happened. It's just that we don't know what happened. Now, I've gone back and forth on this, but I've finally come to a conclusion. I believe that Mateusz is dead. I think it's just a matter of time until his body is found. I also think that somebody knows what happened to him. And yes, I believe that foul play was involved. But who was it? Was it a stranger or somebody close to Mateusz? Unfortunately, I just don't have enough information to say. As for how he's related to this channel, unfortunately, there is no connection. He's not a subscriber. I don't think he even watched TV. As for why this case interests me, I don't know. It's just another missing person case that I've become fascinated with. You know, there are so many missing person cases out there, and each one is different. Some have happy endings. Most don't. Each case makes you think about what could have happened and who was responsible. In this case, it's easy to blame strangers, but it's also possible that it was somebody close to Mateusz. That's what keeps me up at night. Now, there are other mysteries that I'm currently looking into, so keep an eye out for updates. And as always, thanks for watching. Now, if you want to learn more about some of the other mysteries that I'm currently looking into, click on one of the 2 videos that's on your screen right now. And if you want to learn more about the unexplained, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.